You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
On the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Ringer. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Ringer news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Ringer.
Yay!
Hello, Ringer Happy Dance. How's everyone doing?
Good.
So good.
So far, so good.
I'm really busy.
You've been. Did you just say I've been really busy?
Yeah. I'm still busy right now.
You look very busy on your
always
cell phone.
working.
I'm always
business
working.
doesn't take a vacation with
No.
this man.
Oh my
What, from watching TV?
It's a hard knock life for you.
There's a lot of TV shows.
Yeah, real rough for you over there.
I know.
Welcome everyone to AfterBuzz TV. Thank you so much for checking us out here on your Tuesday night. I am your host, Deidre Behar. Tonight we're talking Ringer as usual. I'm joined by some fabulous people. Finally back from her extended sabbatical, Karita Rizzo.
Just 4 episodes. Every 5th episode I'll be here, I promise.
Well, tell us why you were gone last week.
Last week I was in Canada doing set visits for, drum roll, Fringe, Secret Circle, Alcatraz, Supernatural, and Once Upon a Time.
I know. What's Alcatraz?
And you
and I are on the same
It's
boat.
the new J.J. Abrams show.
New JJ.
Is it gonna be like Prison Break or something? You don't know yet.
Do we have time for this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's basically like a Lost Meets procedural show that takes place in Alcatraz where they're going to hunt down prisoners that went missing mysteriously from the prison.
How does that man have time? He's a showrunner on Fringe, and he's now the showrunner on Alcatraz.
And person of interest.
Ooh, that's
And
right.
he's writing Star Trek 2. And,
Oh my God.
So either he's on crack or he doesn't sleep or
know,
he outsources.
Highly
But he's
probable
not as busy
crack.
as you are.
No, I'm way busier.
Exactly. And I bet he
so
doesn't
much
watch
more going
TV
on.
No,
at all.
I have a lot more on my plate right now. J.J. Abrams, give me a call. I'll help you schedule things.
Well, we're
Figure it
glad you
out
could
for
join
you.
us tonight.
Welcome back, Karita.
And
Yay.
we'll get to it in the news and gossip segment of the show. But Karita actually spoke with the Ringer showrunners yesterday. And this interview that you did, rather extensive.
I know. I was
It's
wondering
kind
if
of
you
like
guys
a
took
yes,
chance
no, or
to-
maybe. Basically, I feel like you should just ask me and I'll say yes, no, or maybe, depending on what they told me.
It started. The answers started to get a little shorter towards the end. I think it's exhausting, probably talking about all the twists and turns in the plot.
Well, that and also they're not really giving us any details. It's really like so will we see this? Will we do that?
Right.
Will they? And yeah, we'll get there. Trust me. I'll
Love
tell
it.
you all.
All right.
Very excited.
Our lady who was sick last week, but still joined us over the phone,
did.
Miss Siobhan Hughes.
Hello, everyone.
Not to be confused with Sio Bahan,
Yes.
Chivette, Shiv, Briv.
Briv.
This is the real Siobhan, ladies and gentlemen.
Will the real Siobhans please stand up?
There it is. Well, we're glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
And of course, Miss Stephanie Chapluck is in the house tonight, looking very Spencer Hastings.
You know, I try.
Quick allusion to Pretty Little Liars for everyone out there who
Yeah,
likes
but
that
with
show.
the shiv bun.
With the ship button, I gotta mix and match.
You integrate
my fave shows
flawlessly.
I mean, I was trying to make the 2 shows integrate, so I'm just doing it in one human.
Well,
Right.
this show is slowly starting to get as dramatic as Pretty Little Liars.
And I love it.
Loving every second of it.
Can't get enough.
Can't get enough. And the busiest man apparently in Los Angeles.
Yep, that's me.
David Skiffaletti.
And after buzzer of the month.
Yay!
Thank you. You see, I'm
So
really
proud.
busy.
Now, really quickly, tell us the shows that you do here at AfterBuzz TV, which merited you this high honor.
Okay, currently on air right now, there's A-List New York, and now integrating into A-List Dallas, Ringer,
Your favorite is obviously Ringer.
My favorite's Ringer, I mean, clearly.
Duh.
American Horror Story, Secret Circle, and Vampire Diaries.
So you got your hands full over here.
Yes, I'm very busy.
As he said.
As I said, clearly, I've got a lot on my plate.
Take that, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Well, we're very proud of you. We're proud to say we have
Thank
the
you.
AfterBuzzer of the month on our show.
Yay.
So
Thank you.
lots of love to you, David Skipoliti.
Lots of love to you, Deirdre Beha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's get into Ringer. Let's get into
Love
tonight's
this.
episode, season 1, episode 5, a whole new kind of bitch.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, towards the end, we were loving our lives. This was a solid episode.
Oh, yeah.
It became a whole new show. I was like, oh, we're going there.
I know.
But it was also Red Herring Central. I don't know, because this is now the second time I've seen this, so I started counting, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red herrings
noticed
in
that
the
too, yeah.
episode.
What's a red herring?
Can you explain to all the
gonna
viewers
say,
out
okay.
there?
I'm like, are we talking about fish?
A red herring is
gingers.
when you plant something and you mean to lead the audience in one direction, but it's clearly a misdirection.
Ah,
So
we're all on the same plate now.
I love how like cognizant you are of these twists and turns.
well, because I'm now afraid that the death is a red herring.
so she might not really be dead.
I'm
Is
just saying,
Gemma
6 red herrings. Could that be number 7?
I mean, that is a lot.
Yeah.
While they're on a hot streak, might as well throw in another.
Why not? Yeah, exactly. But also, like, don't you think it's a little too easy just to like
Kill her
kill her
off.
off?
I think
Then there's only one thing that can explain all the blood.
what
Frustration.
Her period.
Nail polish.
I wasn't sure at first because it looked like there was like stuff shattered on the floor, so I thought maybe he got angry and punched something, and
that's- yeah.
subsequent blood dripped all over. But then we saw the nasty display
Yeah.
on the white wall.
It was a little everywhere.
And the intensity in what's his name?
Polaha's
Paloha, Christopher Paloha's face,
Oh,
which
I love
looked
him.
very, very sexy.
Maybe
He's such a cutie. I love him.
But and that's
Can't
the other
steal
problem. How does he come back? How can Henry come back from killing his wife in episode 5?
that. Right.
Don't you think she was kind of a central character?
Gemma.
Clearly
Yeah.
not a 7-year contract there.
No, but you know, she had something on Bridget, and I kind of enjoyed that whole aspect of tonight's episode, the whole blackmail thing.
right.
She was making me so mad.
I mean,
Very
we'll,
New
we'll
York,
talk
though.
about that in a minute. She did a full 360, 180.
Complete turnaround.
Not a math person.
And she's very
Sorry.
New York.
I mean, the
Yeah,
whole
Don't worry.
blackmail.
Bitchy blackmailer.
We
Yeah,
already
bitchy
have a
blackmailer.
caller, you guys. Yay, put him through. Caller, what's your... Hey, how's it going?
Hi, I'm doing really well. How are you guys?
Well, I think you called us last week. Am I right?
Yes, I did.
Well, tell us your name again and where you're from.
Melissa, and I'm from Boulder.
Hi, Melissa
Hi,
from
Melissa.
Boulder. So did you check out
How are
Ringer
you?
tonight? Tell us what you thought. Do you think...
I did. I make sure to catch it every week. I was actually wondering what character you guys relate the most to in your own lives.
Obviously, Bridget.
Obviously Henry, because I just kill people in my spare time
You know, I strip on my.
on your lunch break.
Jesus, is there like one nice character on that show to relate to? Like someone who's not doing drugs or stripping or killing or...
Andrew.
I liked Henry, and then he went all psycho on us.
I'll tell you who I relate to the most. Juliet. I was never ever as awful as she is, but I certainly was a teenager and had fun and had friends over, and I can kind of understand. You know, she's a
whore and
You knew how to wield
never,
lipstick.
Ever do that. But the question was, who do you most relate to? I obviously have never lived a double life. I've never
What,
been married.
Deidre?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm shocked.
I know, right? I can kind of relate to the disgruntled 15-year-old teenage girl.
I'm with you.
You were a disgruntled 15-year-old teenage girl at one point. I would have loved to have seen that.
Last week, actually.
Lies. David is
So busy.
Bahan.
I am.
You are Sia behind. You're all fancy.
I am not that evil.
I feel like you would pick up and move to Paris if you had the opportunity.
Oh, yes, he would.
Yep. In
You
a
just-
heartbeat.
You would just
we
ditch
actually,
all of us
I wasn't here because I extended our stay to Paris.
You did. And I came back to host.
I know. I'm just such a bad-
dedication.
I relate to the bartender. Or
Bartender.
Justin Brunig.
Is that the
yeah.
guy with the great orthodontics?
Yeah.
He's the banker in Paris. I'll be him.
Yes.
Okay, wait, you've interviewed him?
Yeah, for Knight Rider.
Yeah. See, remember I told you he was on the pilot then.
Do you understand how good looking that man is? We have
Gorgeous.
severe aneurysms every single week over how good looking that man is. And his smile is
I personally would
megawatt.
like to get a little Freddie Prinze Jr. on the show.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. Oh, you
He's
wouldn't,
been my
actually. Fred
crush
Prinze.
forever, so I would love a little guest appearance by him.
You know, Melissa, I think you read all of our minds. Who wouldn't want some FPJ on the show?
Because really, Sarah needs
certainly
another
would like
love
some.
interest.
Yeah, right.
There's not enough.
Let's throw
Not
her
enough.
another one. You know what? She's the executive producer on the show. I think if the opportunity presented itself for a character who could be embodied by FPJ, I think Sarah for sure would throw him in there. He's not. Is he working?
No, he's taking care of the baby.
He's taking care of
I
baby
thought
Charlotte.
the baby was allowed on set.
He's
And the baby's
feeding
on set.
baby Charlotte exotic sushi
Maybe
on the
he's
weekend.
right.
Obviously, you're right.
Blended
Forgot about that.
vegetable juices.
Yeah, kale.
You know, I was actually saying today, would it really kill them to put another woman in the show?
Yes, it would kill
Yeah, they
Sarah.
actually just killed off Gemma, the only other one.
So it's-
Obviously,
it's-
yes.
It's honestly just Sarah Michelle Gellar now, and the
Juliet.
occasional
Yeah.
Juliet.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What character do you relate to?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I really relate to any per se. I just thought it'd be, kind of funny to think about having to be in any of their shoes.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody
yeah.
would want to
Yeah.
be in any of their shoes. But you sound like you're you're in college, correct?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore.
Okay, so
Oh, good for you.
Maybe you could relate to Juliet. Maybe you've had some fun back in your heyday.
Not too much. Not
I'll
really.
Keep that lipstick in your bag.
That oxycodone.
Yeah, stay away, Melissa. Stay away from the oxycodone. Okay.
Don't worry.
It's a new drug.
Are you guys liking the show? Do you think it's a good fit for Sarah Michelle Gellar's, I guess, comeback?
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. Better.
I have issues.
Way better.
It
tell
has
us.
moments. It has great moments, and then it has those moments where I'm just like, come on.
Would you have liked to have seen her make a cinematic debut back into the industry as opposed to doing television?
Yes.
Actually, she said that there aren't roles for women to play that are like, I mean, there's nothing unless you're like the best friend or the romantic interest, or there's not a ton of great movie roles for women out there.
There's not, but I think if you're selective,
I
like
could
I know.
personally do another I Know What You Did Last Summer. They can't make enough of those for me.
Right? Exactly.
And just bring her back.
Well, isn't this kind of like that?
Perhaps another Cruel
yeah.
Intentions. That's always a guilty pleasure
Hey,
of mine.
my favorite movie. I would
I would love to
But
see
you
a Cruel
know
Intentions
what?
Part 2.
Well, they did
They
two
did do
with
it.
Amy. With Amy. Why am I blanking on
They
her
did
last name?
two
The
and
Oscar winner,
three.
Amy.
Amy Adams was
Amy
in it.
Adams. Sorry.
Yeah. And they did a Cruel Intentions 3.
Yeah, and each one got more
But was it
horrific
a
than
continuation
the
of
Yeah.
like the characters
next.
from
Same
the
characters,
first?
just kind of similar premise, just different execution, which didn't really work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I? Oh, I know Charlize Theron has a good Diablo Cody film coming out.
Oh, yeah, I
which
saw the
seems
trailer.
centered around a woman. There are good films out there. They're just few and far between. I think a
Right.
great actress like Sarah Michelle Gellar, if she's selective and hunts enough, I'm sure she has a fantastic agent who does this for a living.
Right.
She could have done a movie,
But now she gets to do anything she wants for
True.
24 episodes a year.
and she
so-
has her own Pottery Barn nursery
exactly
built on set,
and
Pottery
7,000
barn.
male
Live for it.
romantic interests, and it's all good, right?
Not a bad
Right.
life. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
she's the boss lady.
And Vera.
All right, cool. Melissa, any last questions?
No, I think you guys covered. Thank you so much. It was so hard for me to finally get through, but I'm really happy I got through, and I'll make sure to try again next week.
Oh, thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Eats.
Bye.
Good night. Go to
Go to
bed.
sleep.
I was really trying to hold myself back from doing that.
I mean, she's in college. Doesn't she have a paper to write?
I love it. Someone's watching us.
Or drugs to
of course.
do.
Yay.
Okay, so let's talk about tonight's episode. Some really, really solid moments. Some really great dramatic moments. So Gemma realizes finally that she's initially a little skeptical, and she thinks that it's Siobhan trying to play it off. But she initially realizes
That would
via
be smart though.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I don't know. I had some crazy twin sister who
Right?
just like make this elaborate scheme. And so like
said-
that wasn't really you.
I would never have the
Who's
balls to
cheating?
do that. I'd just be like, yep, I did it.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm a terrible liar. So
Seriously.
I
It wasn't me. It was my evil twin.
right.
When did we step into guiding light? When did that happen?
I actually use that excuse
All the time.
all the time.
No, you don't.
I do.
In what context?
Any context I can.
My evil twin.
Yep.
Well, my mom gets away with that all the time because my mom's an identical twin. So
No.
yeah. Well, no, just people will think she's like being rude or whatever. Like, and then they'll approach her and they'll say, "So I saw you at Costco and you didn't say hi," and she'll say, "It was my twin sister." No, and it honestly is her twin sister. But you know, it's a
But
perk
what
of
does
being
she
a twin.
think of these, like, oh, I can get away with being my twin shows? Because there's
I
quite
think
a few of
my
them.
mom thinks it's probably BS because it's not like, you know, my mom couldn't take a test and so she sent her sister and her sister aced it. That never, ever happened.
Losers.
And they're identical.
That's
They're
what she
literally
told you.
identical.
Right.
Right. Who knows what actually happened? But no, she said for the most part, you can't really get away with much. But then again, my mom and my aunt didn't necessarily have a dramatic fallout on a boat.
I mean, it happens all the time. So it's
more
really
common
that's
than
really
not.
weird that never happened.
Right. Yeah. I'll have to ask my mom. I'll double check on that later. But yeah, so Gemma, we think we're all along these past 4 episodes, we think she's like the nice, loving best friend, and all of a sudden she literally transforms into evil.
Yeah.
This New York bitch.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
I mean,
You gotta
lived in New York. Is that
over-dentalize. You gotta over-dentalize that for that New York sound.
Do you really
do.
think that that's the norm of how women in New York behave?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Are we
think
really
that's
having
how a
this
lot of women in
conversation?
We
Yeah.
are having this conversation.
No, you know,
Herein are those of the host.
Oh, God.
Whatever.
okay. So she blackmails Bridget ultimately and says, "Look, I'm not going to out you just yet, but because I don't want Henry to take a dime of my money, I need to catch him in the act. So I need you to go and seduce him at midnight."
Not I need you to go.
What you
You're
have
going to go.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Or
to go.
else,
Or-
bitch.
I'll be outing you
Just
to
could
everyone.
not be reasoned with. It was ridiculous.
So
It
Gemma-
was a bit fast, don't
Yeah.
you think? Like the shift from like, oh, I'm your best
Yeah.
friend to like, screw you, go, sleep with
But
my
do you
husband.
think she
or
got
else.
like a lot of information thrown at her at once?
She did, but she took it all the wrong way.
Well,
Like, she took it and she's like, I'm going to run with this. And I'm going to have all the money.
Well, I think for the first time in a while. Sorry, you were alluding to Gemma, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I think for the first time in a while, she feels empowered because it was always her lusting after Henry, trying to regain the love and his attention because he held all the power.
and he was making her seem think she was crazy.
Right.
And then
But Gemma did bring up, because Bridget starts going to this whole spiel about, do you think I want to be here? I'm doing this for the sake of my sister. And Gemma goes, you haven't done one thing here for your sister. You are completely self-serving.
Very
Did you
true.
guys agree with that? Because I kind of started to believe that a little.
Gemma or Bridget.
I start to believe Gemma, that Bridget's motives and wanting to be here, maybe it's 10% for Siobhan, but 90% of it is her enjoying this new ritzy lifestyle.
I agree, but then like at the same time, you see what Siobhan's doing, and you're kind of like, roll with it, girlfriend. Roll with it. Like she doesn't know that, but I do. So
I don't think she's
I'm like, go for it. Enjoy it while you can, because you're about to get screwed.
Right.
So just
I
live
think
it up.
I don't think she's really enjoying it that much. She's obviously continually stressed out. She's doing
Chronic
it. Yeah,
stress.
chronic
Right.
stress. She's doing it for her life, and the fact that Gemma couldn't like understand
Sympathize with
that,
that, yeah.
like if you out her, she will be found by this crazy man and get hacked up.
Right.
But she didn't care because she wanted to keep her money and her kids.
Right.
Kids, I get.
Where
Come on.
are these kids?
the twins? The
Elusive,
boys.
non-existent.
They really like twins on this show.
They love
yeah.
them.
Recurring theme.
They're very
Is that
common.
some symbolism?
They're very common in New York.
Oh, I'm
They
sorry.
The
are.
missing twins.
I'm
The
sorry.
missing
Oh,
twins.
I know why.
Because older
Yeah.
women do like
In
Yes.
vitro, yeah.
IVF.
They have multiple births.
Oh,
Yes,
I
they
thought
do.
you meant that
That's
New
like-
York is a breeding ground.
No. You see it a lot here in LA too.
at like areas where women like to establish themselves before they have kids. Then they like hit an age, and then they do in vitro, and then they have multiples.
And of course, they had twins in their family because that's just how it works.
Right. I
So
mean,
you better watch out.
Oh, trust me, my cousins are twins. My great grandmother was a twin.
Whoa.
Yeah, it runs in the family. My mom's a twin from New York, though, so proving your theory.
Although that would be very different.
But I do agree with you. I think
era.
it's crisis management that's happening in Chevette's life. I don't think she I don't think she enjoys it. I don't think she like cares about the shoes or anything. I mean, she
The shoes.
the shoes and the clothes and the she can't
I
drink
do.
the champagne.
And the
she
huge
can't take the
ponytail
drugs.
that she had.
Right, exactly. It's like, but if she smooths over this crazy woman's life, then maybe life is a little easier for her as well.
Right.
If not everyone is going at her from every angle.
Plus, she's a recovering addict. She's only 6 months sober, so this can't be fun for her.
No.
To be in all these
Fine.
places where she's gonna be tempted to.
Right.
I'm surprised she didn't
Slip.
fall off the wagon already.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know about you guys, but I'm the kind of person where I can only smooth things over for so long before I recognize that there's like an end of the road. Why doesn't Bridget seem to understand that no matter what she does, if she fakes a pregnancy, if she tries to repair a relationship with a husband, if she tries to repair a relationship with whatever, she still thinks her sister's dead. You are still going to have to eventually come to terms with that and hash that out in life.
Well,
and
we
I don't
have
know why
to-
she keeps hiding it and prolonging this.
We have to remember that we found out this week in this episode that it's only been 2 weeks
Right.
since the series started.
Can you raise your chair?
No. Can you lower yours?
Oh, you're right.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah, it's 5
Meet in the middle.
episodes, 2
Right.
weeks.
Is that
It's a
better?
little Pretty Little Liars-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not
I
a
don't-
not a lot of time has happened. In
yeah,
her
she said
life.
she's only been pretending for 2 weeks. She told Gemma that. So, what?
Just-
Oh, I'm sorry. I tune you out sometimes.
I know. You weren't even listening to me,
Sorry.
and then you were just like, raise your chair.
Well, sorry, that was what I got fixated on. I don't like being
I know.
emasculated.
So wait, how long has Malcolm Ward been beaten up then?
You guys, that
I'd
pains
say a
me.
week.
That
That's
pains
so
me so
sad.
bad. Can you think
Yeah.
of something positively worse than reinforcing a drug into somebody who's been sober?
But he's not going to live anyway. There's no way.
Giving an actor 9 words to say in an episode.
yeah.
Hey, he's working.
He's
Can you imagine
working.
table reads?
Yeah.
Please
And I
stop. Shh. The exit.
Yeah. Hey,
And that was a dream sequence.
yeah, he had a pretty cool what would you call that? Like a smoky cinematic.
He was
I
tripping.
know.
Stripper
Then it
scene.
never happened.
He was
Good
tripping.
stripper
Yeah.
scene.
And we were talking about this before we got started on the air. Sarah Michelle Gellar, when are we going to see you strap on your loose sights?
Yeah, do it.
That's all I've been waiting
God,
for.
I thought you were going somewhere else.
Shake
with
your
that.
tail feather. You're
Get your
loose.
mind out of the. He heard strap on.
Oh.
I was like, where?
See, sometimes I tune you out too.
I think every 5 weeks.
No, but seriously, either I want SMG and Lucite swirling around a pole,
Amen.
or here's
Amen.
the alternative that I'll accept. I will accept Lindsay Lohan reprising her role in I Know Who Killed Me.
Fabulous dancer.
As Bridget.
I think she would be a good replacement for Gemma. She'd be the new best friend.
Okay.
She'd be
Oh my
the
God.
new redheaded best friend.
She needs work.
Love her.
It's a possibility.
I think it'd be fantastic.
I think so too.
She'd have a more prominent role than Malcolm. Who
They don't
does-
have enough money for.
There he is. There's the
The
scene.
exit.
That's what I was looking for.
They don't have enough money for Lohan?
No, for the insurance to have Lindsay
Oh, yeah.
Lohan on set.
You know what?
They don't have enough money for
That
that.
might be true.
Yeah.
Since the production value is so great.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Especially
phenomenal.
right here.
She needs. I won't even talk about that.
Yeah. Can we talk about Juliet?
Yeah.
Someone who I'm very, very fond
Sure.
of. Leah Thompson's daughter, Zoe Deutsch, who is such a cutie. I think she is honestly such a fantastic actress. Not an easy role to play. She's not like, the sweet, lovable daughter. She actually challenges herself and has to be evil and conniving at times. What did we think about Juliet on this episode? She sort of starts out evil and throws a mega rager, and then they make amends at the end.
A rager with
She
one
softens.
friend.
Yeah, with one friend. who's
You don't know how many people
That's true.
stumbled out of there a few minutes prior,
I miss a good party like that, man.
right? House parties are so fun.
But now she has to go to public school. How fun is that? Like the ultimate punishment.
Who's sitting at this table is a product of public school? The only one who's not normal.
I am full normal.
We went to private college,
no.
but I went to
Yeah, me
public
too.
school my
Yeah.
whole life. So
Exactly.
I went to private school.
yeah, we know.
And then you got taught about menstruation,
In college, right.
obviously.
And how it, how
Have
it
you heard
spreads
the
on the
story?
walls. Have I what?
Have you heard that story? His
No.
college course.
No. Is it really a college course on?
that
To a
he
very
took.
liberal
I thought you were
college.
just referring to your theory and the how blood spreads on the walls, but
No.
Also
no.
that.
your education was great.
Obviously.
Great education. Great education.
So, kind of, a lot of this show is not relatable to a lot of people.
Obviously, as we all could only choose
Right.
Juliet or Bridget if you're me,
Right.
and have a side job.
You know, you sort of look like her with your bun. You're a little freaking me out.
That's what I was going for.
Good. You should do that every week.
It's like Bridget on top, Spencer on the bottom.
Spencer Hastings on lock from the neck down.
Obviously.
But with Juliet, she kind of admits that the reason for all this evil behavior and lashing out is because she's actually really hurt that Siobhan and Dad, elegant Johan Grufford, cheated on Juliet's mother.
To a certain extent, I think. Because I think he was saying that he got together with Siobhan after the problem started and after they decided to separate.
I don't understand like how she didn't know. Did they like? What did he just think it was like immediate? Like they broke up and then they found each other?
Well, clearly that happened in Tahoe because the
Right.
flashbacks indicate that that's where it took place. So
Right.
I don't.
You know, if Juliet, let's say, is hypothetically 15 now, haven't they been married for 5 years?
She would've
Don't
been
they?
No,
10.
two. Wasn't it two?
Oh, I
Five.
thought.
Or was it 5?
I
Oh,
thought
it was
said
5.
five.
Okay,
years.
so you know, if it happened when you're 10 years old, maybe you kind of hide those details from a 10-year-old. Maybe now that she's older, she went
don't-
down to Miami and her mother told her the truth. So I think that is something that maybe a lot of teenagers can relate to.
But I don't think still a parent would necessarily want to divulge that information to a 14-year-old.
If
Yeah,
she was
I don't
wanting to
understand
hurt
why
her
that-
ex-husband,
Well-
yeah, she would.
Well, apparently we're going to
Specific
see
stuff.
the first wife.
Oh,
She is
Around
making an
episode
appearance?
10 or 11, we're going to meet the first wife, and she is a force of nature.
First Wives
we,
Club.
Are we going to Miami?
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
not.
Okay.
I think she's going
coming
to
to New
come.
York.
Yeah, I think she's coming to New York.
I love that.
I know. I'm excited about that. One, it's a woman.
A female character for
Right.
once.
but second, it's like she obviously plays. Oh, there goes
Oh,
my
no.
pen.
Here you go.
She obviously plays a huge part in their relationship.
Well, maybe
With
she'll
Juliet.
be the replacement for Gemma.
We don't even know if
they're
she's
gonna
really
be
gone.
friends.
We've got another 6 episodes to go, so I think we need a few more friends.
Okay.
For that.
I'm free.
We'll get into it in predictions, but now that you talk about this
I
whole
have the
red
same hair
herring
as
thing,
her,
I'm sort
so
of thinking that they're leading us to believe one thing and she might not really be dead. I think she's too primary of a character on this show.
But how
But then
good a
what
red
happened?
herring was the she's a whore who sleeps with married men?
Yes.
That was like
Oh,
an
yeah.
audible gasp moment.
except for to be honest, I kind of saw that coming. Is that weird?
Yeah, because I totally
Yeah.
thought that Juliet was alluding to the fact that she knew.
Yeah,
About
that's what I thought
Henry.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't see her knowing that. Because if no one else has figured out how does a 15-year-old know? I kind of had an idea that was what happened. Maybe
And you're just way more intuitive than the rest of us.
And the same thing happened with the Narcotics Anonymous when Juliet found the pamphlet. I thought that she was like, "Daddy,
I'm gonna get you."
your new wife is a druggie." Like,
Right.
but she was saying, "Oh, I'm not going to rehab. Why are you looking up information about me, sending me away?"
Do we think that I'm sorry, I missed his name. Was it Charlie?
Yes,
Yes.
I think so.
Do we think he will be making more appearances
I
in the
do.
show?
I
You think
do.
he'll?
Is he suspicious or no?
No,
No.
he seems harmless.
Just
I don't know
preachy?
why.
There's
I mean,
something
I think
about
he
the
seems
way
suspicious.
he was talking to her that I didn't believe a word he said.
Oh, so you are onto him.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, see,
he's
I
a
thought he
little
was
suspicious.
totally unassuming, but I'm very naive
But that would be kind
when
of
it comes
like
to TV characters.
that would be
That would
like,
be public school.
in what way could he be there? Because who would expect
I hate you.
what just happened?
Dude
just made a public school joke.
and then I said it's her public school.
Yeah, I hate him for that.
But who would expect? Who could plant someone there at a Narcotics Anonymous meeting when Siobhan is not supposed to be going to Narcotics Anonymous meetings?
I know.
But
That's
Bridget
what doesn't make sense.
does, and the people that are looking for her.
Well, no, she probably still needs to go to those meetings. She's
Yeah.
only
But in
6 months.
But they don't know
sober.
she's in New York.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know she's in the New York area.
But they do think she is around there if they kept being like, you know where your sisters. I mean, I guess it would have been smart to send her away, but clearly these women are not that smart.
Or what if? Because obviously she has that
Public
dead man's
school.
cell phone, and there's someone who keeps calling and watching her. So if they're
I
onto
forgot
her,
about Does she
still have
then
that?
they could send. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, whatever happened to the dead man in the trunk?
Oh, they'll pick it up. Another episode, they'll pick it up again. I was like, are we going back there? Yes.
Okay.
That's a yes.
So it'd be a shame to just completely ignore that storyline, but okay.
Because that was brilliant.
It was.
There's a lot of like threads there's a
to
lot
weave
of
through.
ways that they can go. But yes, we'll go back there. So what if he is one of them? He's very preachy.
He
That's
is.
all I can say. There's a lot of like, I'm trying to remember all those things he said, but there were a lot of cliches.
Well, he dissed her
Well,
sponsor.
he said he was talking about in the meeting, he was like, apologizing to people is one of the steps.
But with those
Wait,
blue
he
eyes, I
made
don't really care
another
what he
great
says.
comment, and I cannot remember what it is. Whatever.
Okay,
I
can you
should have
go?
written
You know
that
what, that was a
down.
great segue, Miss Stephanie. Can you tell us the other great quotation of the evening that came from Elegant Henry?
Oh, I forgot how much you sparkle up, Chloe. And I'm directing that at you. Don't you worry.
That is some Twilight-ish right there. Okay.
Twinkle, twinkle.
You guys
I mean, I'm sorry. Even if she wasn't going there to
hook up with him.
hook up with him, if you go into a dark bar and someone says that to you,
You just
please.
have to laugh.
your knees must go weak.
You're what?
Your knees go weak.
You like that?
I just said it to him, and he really
Oh my God. Then
I would die.
died for it.
Sparkle.
Then
Sparkle up close.
color me jaded. I would literally slap someone if they said you sparkle up
I would
close.
laugh
Yeah,
in
I
your
laugh at
face
that.
and then
Oh
turn the
my
other direction and walk
God.
away.
You know what? Because that is
Evil.
that's my problem. I like genuine. What?
That
Jesse's
is-
laughing
No,
in
no,
the
no.
booth.
I'm not
Maybe-
laughing at you. I'm
Oh.
laughing at
Laughing at
David
me.
because I've just known David for quite some time now, and just he surprises me every day. Every show we do together, he just
You learn something new.
You learn something new about me.
I think compliments need to be individual. If you come up to me and tell me I sparkle, that literally means nothing. If you tell me something specific, like, oh, red, you look fantastic in red, like that, I appreciate a little bit more if I was wearing a red sweater or something like that. I think if somebody comes up to me and says something completely generic, I don't
You
know.
can use on anyone.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
what if you do sparkle up close? What if you're wearing like
assure you-
shimmery body makeup or something?
I left that in 1994.
I was gonna-
Okay, I left my shimmery body lotion.
I don't, well,
I
she's
still
wearing
have
some of
some
that.
really big dangly diamond earrings. Maybe he got blinded by them. I don't know. She
Not-
sparkles.
I think it's beautiful.
I just laugh
Okay.
at most
I love it.
compliments, so
Right? They're so
I'm just like,
awkward.
okay, thank
All
you.
right. Because you get a lot. You're quite a hit with the men.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not really true, but I'll take it.
Look at you turning on.
I
Right?
know.
Okay, wait,
I'm gonna
let's
take a moment.
Let's talk about the end of the episode because I really do want to get into our news and gossip because we have some good stuff tonight.
Look, there he is. I don't believe him.
Okay.
With his hipster beard.
No,
I'm
he's lying.
Hipster Jesus beard.
Yeah.
Where was your sponsor when you needed him the most?
Shooting up.
Dying?
Yeah,
For
getting
you.
killed for you. Yeah, no big deal.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Henry now.
Yes.
'Cause I'm
Excellent.
Yes.
done with this little alien
Dark
over here.
Henry.
They meet in the bar. Henry literally professes his wild, undying love for her. And like the mature adult that Bridget is, she puts an end to it and tells him what Gemma threatened her with. So he,
Well, not what she threatened her with, but what she wanted to do.
what she was planning on doing.
Yeah.
She's
Right.
going to
She didn't
divorce
like
you.
expose herself.
Taking
but
the money,
she just,
taking the
right, yeah.
kids.
She wants to take it all. Adele.
So then,
Had
nice.
to drop it.
That
Had to
was
drop
nice. So then, what's her name? Gemma gets that unexpected phone call from Andrew, or no, vice versa. Gemma calls him unexpectedly and says that it's an emergency. I
Well,
need to
because
talk to you.
Henry called Gemma.
And was like, I know what you want to do.
But why would Gemma call Andrew?
Because she
She wants to tell because
Yeah.
she wants to out.
threatened.
She wants to out Bridget.
her and Bridget were like, they came to like, they were like, okay, I understand what's going on. And then she got betrayed all over again by
So she's
her
By
new best
telling
friend.
Henry.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So she was like, okay, well, then I'm going to go through with what I was originally going to
Yeah,
do.
I'm gonna get
That's
her
why
back.
I can see why you're saying like Gemma might not actually be dead because at the end of the episode I was like, well, thank goodness, dodged a bullet there.
it's too easy.
It's way too easy.
I mean,
I hope she's dead.
I do too, but
I didn't really love her character.
I do
Yeah,
think
a
it was
lot.
too easy.
I know you thought she was primary, but to me, she always seemed secondary.
Me too.
No, of course she's secondary to SMG and perhaps the husband Andrew, but I just felt like I don't know. The show is mostly about the four of them,
Right.
Right.
So to
They
get rid of
introduced
one of
only
them,
so many characters,
Right.
and they've already. It's episode 5, and
he's
they've
so
potentially
attractive.
killed off one of 4. So it's
She's kind of expendable.
okay. So this
Yeah.
like I'm gonna segue into what they said, and
Okay.
it's like they made this decision recently to kill her off, i.e.,
Oh, she's really.
Like maybe, or well, not to kill her off, but whatever happens to her, they made the decision recently. So maybe she just didn't click. She didn't click with us. Maybe she just didn't click.
Right? Or maybe she got a new job. Scheduling conflicts.
Always a good
But
excuse.
it's strange. I don't know.
Always.
conflicts.
It's those schedule.
If she's not dead, where are they going to take it? And if she is dead, then how are we going to feel about Henry?
And isn't there a lot more Henry to go around? Like, didn't I?
Well, I'm not ready to be done with Henry.
I'm not either.
No, Henry will stick around. But if you kill a person, if you kill a sort of kind of likable person in episode 5 of a TV show,
Yes.
you know, it's limited. Whatever you can do with that character is
Right.
Well, maybe it was an accident. Maybe it wasn't like a malicious, like, I'm going to kill you right now. It was like maybe
Things just got out of hand.
they got out of hand.
Oh wow.
I because he didn't seem like a killer to me.
right.
Are they gonna explain that? I feel like they'll explain a lot the next episode.
He looked really shady.
I can only
so.
hope.
He had guilt written all over his face
He had,
when
like,
Andrew knocked
evil
on the door.
in his eyes.
Yeah, and he just peeped his head out the door. It's like, you can't come in. I'm doing a lot of work.
Yeah, can't you turn on the light and then look normal for a second and,
Right?
and not say I haven't seen my wife?
Or
I haven't seen her
how
at
about
all.
this? If you just murdered somebody, do you guys think you would open the door?
No.
Pretty
Right.
sure I wouldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Maybe.
So. David's giving it some thought. Okay.
I have to think about it.
And think of some elaborate lie where you're really writing your book. I mean,
It depends on the situation. I'm a really good liar.
That's not something to announce on the air, David.
Scary.
You're so caught right now.
Yeah. Is there anything else
Did
you
you
want to talk
lie
about?
when you told me that I sparkle up close?
I didn't tell you that. You told me that.
You told me that.
Is there anything else we want to talk about before we get into our news and gossip?
No.
Is she dead? Is she not dead? We will talk about this in predictions. We will take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with all your Ringer news and gossip.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Okay, welcome back to AfterBuzz TV. You are chilling with us here talking about Ringer, and we're going to toss it to DJ Jesse Janity, who's got a special segment for us tonight.
We're all waiting.
I
Patiently.
sure do.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
This is the Buffy theme song.
Okay, so since Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's been around for such a long time.
Yes.
And clearly, with The Ringer, she's been kind of the
You are so excited.
Can we pause?
I'm going to do a screenshot
Look
of
at
just
his
now.
happy dance.
He's singing his hands right now.
Every time
Me too.
I watched Buffy.
Not going to lie, I did as well.
Thank you.
And so for our special segment, I thought that let's go back and look at some of the many different looks that Sarah Michelle Gellar has graced us with.
Saucy.
Oh, okay. This is exciting.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh,
Buffy.
yes.
God, she's
Classic
such
Bob.
a knockout.
All right, so number
season.
1, 1998, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Live for her.
She looks kind of
Die
like
for
Rachel
her.
from Friends. She's got like the Rachel
She's got the
haircut.
bob.
Yeah.
Same hair color.
All right, coming
Looks
up
bad.
next, we're going to go to 2000. This was her look at the Teen Choice Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Very
believe-
summery hair.
I think that's when
Love
she did the impersonation of Britney Spears. Do you guys remember that?
I do remember.
No.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
think
that at the Teen Choice
I
Awards?
do believe so.
She like made fun of Britney Spears. She was like, I call my publicist at 2 PM, and then I go and I get a bikini wax. Like it was a Britney Spears impression, and I didn't appreciate it because I was the biggest Britney fan.
She looks beautiful anyway.
Number
Thanks,
3
David.
is from 2002,
Oh,
the
that
Young
halter.
Hollywood Awards.
I like the
Love it.
lips.
Very Christina. This was when she was doing her Maybelline commercials. I don't know if you guys
Oh, I remember
that.
those, yeah.
God, she's such a fox.
Also
Yeah,
in
she is.
2002 at the MTV Movie
Oh,
Awards.
my favorite.
Die.
You guys, natural makeup,
Can't
but
get
like
enough.
oh, those big white teeth. Love it.
And she moves with her hair. It's so amazing. We aren't even looking at her clothes, and she just stuns us with her beauty.
That is so true.
2003, again at the Teen Choice Awards.
Not my
Went
favorite.
With the darker hair.
Darker hair, yeah.
I like her as a blonde.
Who does she look? She looks like the
So
lady
green.
from Grey's Anatomy.
Ellen Pompeo.
No.
The blonde.
The Teddy.
Oh,
Sarah.
yeah.
Oh, Sarah Drew.
No.
Yeah, Kim Raver. Yeah.
Raver.
That's who she's reminding me of right now.
BU alum, by the way.
All right,
Went
well,
to-
maybe guys will like this. We'll shoot over to 2005 with BCBG
Oh,
store
yeah.
I
opening.
like that. I like her as a foxy brunette.
Gorgeous.
Reminds us of Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
But that wasn't.
That was in 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
But she's
it
just
looks
giving me
like
that
it.
feel.
The
Yeah.
dark hair. And I like her. If you look at her eyes with that color hair, I think that fits her. That's her actually natural hair color.
She's
Yeah.
that
Thanks.
dark.
She's dark.
Yeah.
I thought she was a natural blonde,
No.
or like a dirty blonde.
Go back
but
to All My Children. Like she has like this short,
Dirty.
dark
like,
hair.
dark hair. Yeah.
Originally, she went into Buffy as the role of Cordelia, and then to change her into Buffy, she dyed the hair blonde.
Huh?
Next, we're gonna go to 2006 at the Hot Shopping Soho. event.
I like
This
that.
is very like
She looks beautiful.
goddess.
Total goddess.
2007 Self Magazine's ambassador event.
Oh, she looks
Went with the
cute.
curls.
Looks so pretty.
She just looks like a nice person. She's just
Right?
all smiley.
Love to hang out
Aged?
with her.
Karita, I
Well-
think she's 32.
No, she's not.
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Is not 32.
No, she's like near her 40s.
Yeah.
No.
Well, like she's near
Like
40 at least.
near, like 36 or something.
Like at
Oh,
least like
okay.
mid 30s.
Okay.
She's not 32.
Next, we're gonna move 2008 at the Air I Breathe premiere.
What
If
movie
you
was
guys
that?
haven't seen it, she's in it. It's a great movie. Definitely
Netflix
check
it.
it out. Yes. I wish I could remember the other character's name, but she was great in that movie. 2008 at the Skin is Amazing exhibit, and this is my personal favorite.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Very Siobhan.
Oh yes.
she is Siobhan right there.
Very J-Lo.
Yes, with the fox
Right.
smoky eye.
Then
Are those
very
snail
Jennifer
earrings? What is that?
They look like
Yes,
snail shells.
they are
Yeah.
snail shells.
God, she works it.
In
Could do that.
2008, once again, the Juicy Couture store opening.
Very blonde.
Very.
Very pop star.
Too
Does it say
tan.
very
Weird
Britney?
lips.
Yeah.
Two long bangs.
All right, and then we're gonna go to 2011 at the CW up front.
Yeah.
There it
This
is.
That's so like standard SMG. Like that's what I envision when I think of her.
But I mean, talk about somebody who literally doesn't change with age.
Right.
Yeah.
Amen.
Like
She
to
looks
deal
the
with the
same.
devil.
She looks the same in 1999 face-wise as she does here.
So she's 11
Agreed.
years older than us. So she's now.
No, they said that she's like 36.
I just looked it up.
Oh, how old is she?
She was born in 77.
Oh, so she's,
Oh, so she's
33.
34.
34, yeah. Okay.
So she's mid 30s.
A nice happy medium from what we thought.
Exactly. She's not 40.
Yeah.
Gorgeous though.
So with that, let's bring it to news and gossip.
Yes.
And
Oh my god, can you play the Buffy music again?
Can we do news and
Well,
gossip to Buffy?
speaking of Buffy reunion on Ringer. We were wondering which of Sarah Michelle Gellar's former co-stars from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer would be the first to show up on Ringer, and now we have an answer. Amber Benson. Benson, who played Willow's girlfriend Tara on Buffy, has signed on to appear in episode 10 as Mary Curtis, a stripper who's an informant for Agent Victor Machado.
Stripping
We got
scene.
another stripper.
Awesome
Stripping
for two
scene.
reasons. Buffy
Don't-
and stripper. That's a done
That's
deal
all
for
I needed
me.
to hear.
Yes.
My whole thing is I don't really see
Her as a stripper.
her as a stripper.
Well, let her surprise you.
Yeah.
Let her
Say.
slip into some lucite
Okay.
and knock your socks off, okay?
All right.
I want James Marsters on. Is that his name?
As a stripper.
As a stripper. As a stripper.
Did you say James Marsden?
Yes.
No,
Marsters.
Marsters. Spike.
As a
Spike.
I wouldn't mind Marsden either as a stripper.
I wouldn't mind
On
Michelle
Ringer.
Trachtenberg as a stripper.
She could do that actually. I could see her doing that.
You know what? I could even
Met
see
her.
Allison Hannigan doing it.
As a stripper.
Allison
Yeah.
Hannigan's busy.
Doing How I Met Your Mother.
Having a
It's
kid,
in the
too.
family. They
Busy.
can mix and match.
That's true.
Yeah, and she's doing American Pie 4. So
Is
okay.
it too early though for Buffy reunions?
Yeah. You know what? I respect SMG.
Yeah.
She's slowly integrating. So
As long as the entire cast doesn't make an appearance, I think it's okay.
And then do a musical episode. Boom,
Yes.
done.
As long as they leave
Figured it
Xander
out.
out of it, we'll be all set.
Nicholas Brendan.
Yes. So
He's busy too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He is.
He's been
Is he as
for a
busy as
long
you
time.
are?
Not quite.
Okay. I'm trying to find
He'll
someone
be
who's as busy as
performing
you.
this winter at the Blank Theater Santaland Diaries.
Ooh.
Love
if you want to
it.
see him up close and personal.
Sweet.
He's a twin as well.
Yes, he is.
So many twins.
Who
So
isn't?
many.
Scary.
All right, so fashion in the Ringer. We obviously watch Ringer because we simply die for some good old-fashioned Sarah Michelle Gellar drama. But as we've seen with the first few episodes of this new series, the fashion certainly doesn't disappoint and often leaves us buzzing about certain statement pieces that really caught our attention.
The hair.
For the, well,
sorry.
last week, what did we look at? What was it? Her morning.
The jumpsuit?
No. Last week, what they showed her in her like bath gown, and they called it the morning look.
Her bath gown. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either, but it sounds nice.
For those viewers who want to know fashion deets from the various Shivahan and Bridget looks, look no further than wetpaint.com. Our friends over at the site take the liberty of breaking down each look and list the designer who created each article of clothing.
Oh.
Remember that hot black plunging V jumpsuit Sia Bahan sported last week in Paris?
Oh,
He says it funny too.
Goddess Stella McCartney created that little masterpiece. Wet Paint takes their altruism a step further and even provides a link to a site where you can purchase each specific item. The Shia Bahan jumpsuit will ring you up a cool $1,556.
That's
Sensible.
all.
Can I say
That's
how
nothing.
thrilled I am that your private education actually paid off with altruism?
My mother was an English teacher.
As is mine is a teacher too. That's
Yeah.
where I learned the word. I'm glad you knew the definition of it.
$1,500 for the jumpsuit.
It's
That's
sensible.
a little
Hey, it's Stella McCartney.
It's sensible
You don't
for
argue
Stella
with that.
Goddess Stella.
Goddess.
goddess. Stella.
Worship.
Whose father just got remarried this past week.
Yeah, and
oh,
she's
wait,
kind
what
of
was
cute.
the bride
How old is
wearing?
she? 20?
Stella McCartney?
No,
McCartney?
no.
Oh,
the
the
new
bride.
bride.
Yeah.
51.
The new
51.
bride's older, yeah.
And
Really?
she looks
good.
She looks amazing.
She has those nice dark hair and blue eyes. She looked great. But whatever. We're here to talk about SMG's
Yes.
fashion.
Yeah.
And she kills it. And, you know, she throws us some sequins. She gives us a jumpsuit. I'm not really complaining.
I love the revenge dress. Do you know what I'm talking
black
about? The
one?
black one that she could that she probably had hydraulics under. And the fact that she could move in that was amazing.
Wait, which
Wait, the one where she went to the
wore
opera
like
or the
a-
ballet?
yeah, the ballet
Yeah,
dress.
where she like opened up the robe and it was like this huge
Such
dress.
an amazing
Right?
gown.
Hydraulics, I get you.
Who made that dress?
I don't know. Some fake designer on the show.
That's
All the info is on wetpaint.com. They do fashion recaps and they categorize it by look. So like the opening look where Bridget is XYZ, they have
Have
it
to
all
check that
broken down
out.
and they even have jewelry information and they include links. So
Shopping
if you've got
spree.
Do you
yourself,
think they could tell me where I could get my hair done like that?
I think they direct you to SMG's trailer.
So I could get that nice horse piece hair put in for my next party.
Oh,
I have some
from-
friends at Neil George. We'll just call them up.
Perfect.
Oh, you're so hip, aren't you?
It needs to be really, really blonde, like too blonde for my own hair.
We'll work it
I
out.
love it.
Obviously.
All right, Jess, number 3.
Also, our very own co-host Carita Rizzo got a chance to grill executive producers Eric Charmello and Pam Vesey and ask the imaginable question about the popular CW show. So, Carita, I'm going to shoot this over to you, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your interview?
I kind of want, I'm kind of curious what questions you would have had, and I bet you we asked them and I have answers.
Did you spend, let me just ask you this. Did you spend like an hour in your hotel room? Or no, I'm sorry.
This was
here,
in
not
Burbank,
Vancouver.
yeah.
Okay. How long did it take you to prep for this interview?
Well, we just watched the episode, so we didn't really, but it was a group of maybe 10 people
Okay.
who were basically like, and grilling is a good word because we were just like rapid fire shooting questions to, well, it's Eric Carmello and Pam Vesey.
They have hip names.
They have hip names, and they were sitting there, and literally it was like, will we see Siobhan? Yes. Will she come back from Paris? Yes. Will we see the twins in one room? Yes.
Oh my God.
And
I
we're
love
like,
it.
oh my God. So that's why, because it's a lengthy interview. However, the answers are quite short. So what would you ask? What do you want to know? Apart from why does Siobhan speak fluent French? Because I don't know.
That was a question you asked though, right?
No, but I should have.
Oh wait, I thought I read that.
No, that's
somewhere.
the only thing I don't have an answer to.
Let's just. Do you guys want to just read a question and read the response? Just everybody do one because there's so much information on here. So I'll go ahead and I'll start. So the question is, will Siobhan return from Paris? Eric says she'll realize that she'll need to move around in order for things to turn out the way that she wants them to. Being sedentary is not in the cards for her.
So yes.
She's not going to stay in Paris forever.
Siobhan will come back from Paris, but we will not see Siobhan-centric episodes.
Right.
So it's always going to be focused on Bridget.
Bridget's always going to push the story forward. Yes. Will Bridget find out that Siobhan is alive? They don't know yet.
Ooh. Okay. So the writers are still in limbo to a
I
certain
kinda
extent.
like that.
And they're hoping for more episodes and more seasons. Will Malcolm Ward escape from the bad guys? I love this. She's like, do you want him to? Then yes.
Oh, I like this. How soon can we expect to learn who Siobhan is calling? Yeah. Sooner than we thought.
I know. Will there be a romantic connection between Machado and Bridget?
I never saw that.
Sarah wants to kiss him. So, ...
Do they have a backstory, Sarah and Nestor?
No, but you know how they said that every guy is a love interest? And obviously there's no love connection at all right now between Machado and anybody.
Right.
So they were like, what are you going to do? And they're like, Sarah wants to kiss him.
Well, we're not going to argue with anything SMG says. What SMG says, SMG does.
She wants to kiss him, she can kiss him.
I like this one. What can you say about Amber Benson's character? She's a stripper that was a coworker of Bridget's when she was stripping at Club Caged in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
Wyoming. She's seen better days.
Love this.
I love the ambiguous. She's seen better days.
How about this? Are we going to find out how Sean, the baby from the pilot, relates to Siobhan's desire for revenge?
Yes.
Eric said yes.
Let me ask you this, Karita.
Ask.
Did you ask these executive producers of Ringer where on earth they come up with this nonsense? Do they have any sort of personal involvement or like derivative from something they're drawing from in their life? Nothing. It's all just completely a work of their imagination.
No, trust me. We weren't like, where the hell does this come from?
Well,
no.
hopefully they have.
This happened to one of you guys.
I
don't know.
That's what she said.
You
never
pretended
know.
to be a twin. No, but apparently, I always worry when they say this, but they said that Eric and the co-creator Nicole came with like a bevy of information. Like they had a lot of plans and they knew where things were supposed to go and how they wanted them to go. However, then they say things like, oh, well, we're still seeing how this will play out. We killed Gemma because we just wanted to. And, like that sort of, these are two worlds that work against each other.
Yeah.
Like we have a plan, but Gemma...
So were you on the set when you did this interview?
No, it was a screening at the CW.
Okay, because I was going to say, what on earth goes on at that set? Is there really a Pottery Barn nursery?
I still wanted to see that, but I don't know.
Okay, well, hopefully.
Did you see little Charlotte eating sushi? I
Yeah.
had so many questions for you.
She had some Katsuya takeout with her.
No, just the producers and reporters, one room, hundreds of questions,
knocking it out.
And I did print out the what is she really dead? Questions and answers. Is Gemma definitely dead? Eric says there's blood on the wall, so you fill in the blanks however you want to.
Not fair.
Okay, so she's probably
So
not
she's not dead because if she was, you'd say yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
How long have you known about what you're doing to Gemma's character? Not a long time. The decision evolved to add tension to the structure of the show. We don't count her missing yet. And it makes for interesting texture for Henry, who has to deal with the situation.
Right. So she's probably not dead per se.
Severely
and they
wounded.
want to have her off the show for a couple episodes and then bring her back.
Isn't that? But that's crazy. Red
That's
herring.
like insane. Yeah.
Red herring. It's not fair when you take the stakes and you go.
Right.
It's not fair.
Yeah, but I think you were joking when you brought up scheduling issues before. I think when actors are involved in two separate projects, you're on Ringer, but you book a role doing something else that shoots when you're supposed to be doing this. They have to involve some sort of a new story arc where you temporarily
they don't
leave.
necessarily
Is she on
have
something
to,
else?
though,
Yeah.
because if
You already
you
committed to
remember
that.
on Twilight, one of the actresses got replaced.
Yeah.
That's true.
because
but
of quote unquote scheduling conflicts.
Rachel
Yeah.
Lefebvre.
Rachel
yes.
Lefebvre.
With
But
Bryce Dallas
without
Howard.
without
Exactly.
naming names, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But an actor that I know was on a show. He got another role, had to go shoot it, and so he told the producers of the first show that he was on, and they said, "Okay, fine, we'll write you out for the next 2 episodes." And he went on a little trip.
But they don't have to be that nice.
They don't.
It's
They
probably-
So
own
does it
her
depend on
ass.
the show?
Yeah, it depends on probably your rapport with the people, the higher ups, the producers, the writers, if they're willing to do that for you,
Right.
and if they feel that you're valuable enough to the show or the project. So
That is so crazy.
yeah,
But here's another why this could be a red herring. Because someone asked, I mean, it's like Henry hasn't been a bad guy. Is this a permanent shift? And Pam goes, "You're presuming things we want you to presume, but we're far more clever than that."
I would agree. I would hope they'd be clever.
Red herring. I'm saying it's what if it's just a red herring?
So what's the moral of the story? We just gotta sit and wait it
Delicious
out.
fish.
We got to sit and wait it out. And Polaha is not going anywhere.
Thank
Polaha
goodness.
is here to stay.
Well, then
He is
then
so
she's
cute.
not dead.
Yeah.
this
she
is
can't be
classic
dead.
soap opera. Like
But
I
what's
think
the blood?
we're
and not her. Don't say it's her.
I'm not. Maybe
Yeah.
he like was cooking a steak.
no, maybe like what you said
She's
before.
just severely wounded.
Yeah, or maybe
She's
he
not
like hit
dead.
something. Like he hit the vase,
And it was his own
and it's
blood?
his own blood.
Sure. I don't know why
That's
it would
possible.
be smeared extensively on the wall.
It would have been
Or
good if
why
they got
he's
Siobahan
true.
in there and they pulled a miscarriage on that.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna get rid of that baby. Now,
Here's
by way.
the other thing.
Did
though.
you talk about that?
About which one?
Her baby.
Yes. The first season is going to span about 9 months, and she is apparently about 2 months along.
Right.
So she's soon going to have to figure out
How to show.
if she's going to have to find a baby or fake a miscarriage.
My gosh.
And then he says, if she's not already pregnant. But who would
Oh.
she?
Oh.
But who would she have had a baby with?
Malcolm.
Oh.
It's gonna be a swirly baby.
I was gonna say, they're so cute. They'd probably have such a cute kid.
They would.
But no, my sorry, and then
But
we're gonna
then
put this
her
to rest.
husband's gonna be like this baby.
It's definitely not mine.
Definitely.
Have you been
not
spending
mine.
time downtown? What is going on?
Things happen.
The only reason why I think Henry wouldn't kill Gemma is because, you know what, if you have issues with your wife, that's one thing, but to take away the mother of your 2 existent children is a completely other. So, you know, maybe he wants to punish Gemma, but why would you punish your children?
But
like
what
that?
I'm confused about is he was saying his publishing or his writing is what's important to him.
Yeah.
But then he's like, no, you're not taking my children away. I really think that the publishing is probably more his writing. He seems a little
He seems
selfish.
validated by
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So I think maybe he just is like, you know what? I don't want to have any ugliness. Just you take the kids and just go.
Wow.
And then he's so angry, he punches the wall, and his hand bleeds.
Do you know what the best
Oh,
part
And then
about
he
all
takes
of
his
this
hand and he
Yeah.
goes like this. Why do they always do that? Like,
Because it's standard. Do you know what honestly the best
It's
part about all of this
dramatic.
is? How fired up we all are.
I know we
We
care.
Finally!
are honestly
Yeah.
so
Yes.
stoked on
We
this.
care,
Ringer
and I
has
love it.
delivered.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ringer.
I'm
Thank
getting
you.
texts that are
Thank you,
like,
thank
though, that
you.
are like, no, I'm gonna be so mad if he killed her. So there's no way if he's staying on the show that he killed her. There's no way.
I mean,
Because otherwise I'm gonna hate him. And I love him too much.
yeah,
so
and
I can't do
we're
it.
definitely in the works trying to get him on our after show. So yeah, so that'll be really, really exciting. Is there anything else we want to talk about
Die.
before we get into our
I
predictions?
think we pretty much covered it.
All right, let's get into our AfterBuzz TV prediction.
You're stealing my word.
Wait, you have to say it, right?
Prediction.
So creepy. In the best way. You sparkle.
I wrote down a note, and I kind of don't remember why I wrote it.
Public school?
Yep.
I did write that. I did write that down.
Exclamation point.
I did. But I wrote, does Henry frame Bridget for murder?
Ooh, saucy.
So,
No.
Yeah.
well, because what was it that they said in that really,
You
really
mean
quick
Sia
trailer?
Behind, right?
You plan killing Gemma first, or
Right.
something like that.
You
I
mean
guess
Sia
or you, the
Behind,
one
though,
who's
right?
been
When
talking
you say
sorry,
Bridget?
Briv.
Briv. Okay. Briv.
She's the first suspect in the, Gemma as potentially dead or potentially severely hurt nonsense.
But no, because
She would have been the last one to see her alive.
But no one
and
knows
apparently
that.
she
That's
said
true.
something. They
But no,
said
she
they
called
played that audio,
Andrew.
and she goes, "They say you were the last one that said you wanted her dead," or something like
But
that.
Henry
he
said
said that. He
Yeah,
said that.
Henry said that.
So he's probably trying to like justify his actions.
Again, no one knew that. It's a cell phone call in a
Conversation.
cab, and it's like, who knows that?
Right.
Let's look at the scene. Yeah.
So for all
But
the
see, he's not
blood.
bleeding, so that one's on.
Okay.
That one's out
for,
of the picture.
for the
it's not
audio
his blood.
listeners out there, we're watching the final scene where Henry shuts the door on Andrew and reveals the blood stains on the wall.
Splatter.
That's a
splatter.
splatter.
That is not
that's about a
stain.
foot long splatter.
Maybe
So
he's decided to
intense.
take a painting.
Okay.
in the,
He's going through a
in the
Pollock
abstract
phase, little
form
bit.
of red splatters.
You never
But how
know.
bad would that? I mean, how awful would that be to us who are so fired up and actually really care?
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, Henry took up painting because he wanted another way to express himself.
Oh my
Creatively.
goodness.
And he's decided to take a painting on his living room wall.
Who? I mean,
And he didn't want to share his artwork
somebody
with
decided
Andrew.
to paint whore on her.
Well, that was
Juliet.
Juliet.
I mean, it gets. You can,
That was a good
you can
red
paint
herring
wherever
as
you
well.
want.
It's true.
Oh, and don't you like how it was done in red? Red herring.
Red hair.
So much symbolism. Yeah.
But if she isn't dead, she's going to be seriously
Wounded.
wounded
Yes.
because there was a lot of blood.
And if it's not her blood,
Yeah.
if she's no way related to the scene, then
yeah.
she's still this angry bitch running around.
Yeah, with Bridget's secret.
Problematic.
True.
What do we think is going to happen with Juliet? Do you think she and Briv are going to maybe make a nice sort of bond?
I do.
But she has drama of her own because now she's going to go to public school where she's going to meet Jason Doring from Moonlight, who's her public school teacher who will be an ally. Which in CW speak, I think, means that
Love
she'll have an
interest.
affair
Hook up.
with her teacher. And it's going to open up her world.
I can't wait. I love her as a character.
And they're going to get more friends. Apparently, Siobhan has more friends.
Thank goodness.
great.
For somebody who's
Yeah.
pegged as a socialite, I would hope that she would
Very
have more
few.
friends outside of Henry and Gemma, right? Isn't that how New York women work? They have
Yeah.
950 friends.
But they have like probably one actual friend.
Yeah, like one person they tell their secrets to,
Yeah.
which
2
obviously was
weeks.
Gemma.
2 weeks is a long time just to see like
One
couple.
friend.
One person.
Right. Well, she still hasn't figured out how to use that date book. So
She doesn't know how to use it
she might have
properly
had
'cause
all
it's
these
difficult.
appointments that she's missed. God only
Now
knows.
she has no friends.
She's no friends
Shocking.
He didn't show up to
She
my
forgot
son's
stuff.
bar mitzvah.
Anything else you guys have predictions about? Things you're hoping to see play out? Things you're hoping don't play out?
I
didn't
hope
write anything
Malcolm
down.
Is okay.
Is okay
Oh,
because
he's
that's
dead.
such a. I don't want to see another episode of him being shot up with heroin or whatever.
Well,
I
so
just
I
can't.
think 3 episodes of him being tortured via heroin injection would be just a little too
much.
It's
Jump the
also
shark
just
there.
getting like maybe boring isn't the right word, but it's like pointless.
Yeah.
To see it just like over and over again. Ugh. Yeah. Okay.
And
You know?
Lord,
Oh, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, Lord help him. I hope he doesn't come out a complete heroin addict,
Right.
nut disaster.
Yeah, he finally crushed the phone, and that's why they like threatened to kill him. So I think that,
is that what he did?
storyline has finally played out, and so hopefully he either survives or he's.
Dead.
Well, I was hoping
Your
that
face.
with that dream sequence that it was real
Same.
and that it was a setup for them. They were just going to follow him to
Right.
to Bridget.
Smart.
That's what I thought was going on. I was like, you dumbass. Why would you think that they would just leave it unlocked for you?
But no,
Alas,
snatched
no.
away.
Well, I hope that he's the father of the baby
Me too.
because that would be a really cute kid.
Oh.
Anything else we want to talk about, team?
I'm loving this show.
Loving this show.
It's really coming around.
Stepped up
Two
to the
thumbs
plate.
up.
Did you love it before this episode?
You know, I think like with any show, you have to let it sort of sit for a minute and see if you respond to the characters and to the story angles. And finally, after 5 episodes, I'm really getting
Yeah,
into it.
I was starting
We're
to get into it. The
invested.
pilot just tried to like any pilot, it set up far too much, and it was just too much information, and it like I've been liking it more and more as the weeks go on.
It's a lot to process.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I feel like any pilot's really rough, but
There are some that are not that rough.
I think it just depends on the content of the show. This is a very
Yes.
complex, difficult show
It
with a lot
is.
of hurdles.
Oh, but so was Lost, and that was the most beautiful pilot ever made.
never watched.
I'm going to the same
Ball.
thing with
Watch it either.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story
Yeah,
pilot
I'm
was
going to do the same
genius.
thing. I'm just like, it's a little like it's. I don't know what to think of it yet. I'm gonna sit there for 3 episodes and just see. I'm not gonna give up on it.
But they didn't set up too much with American Horror Story.
Yeah, they set up it now.
Isn't it just weird? Apparently.
No, it's awesome. Jessica Lange is a genius.
What are you playing?
Buffy!
Here we go.
More Buffy.
Okay, on that note, let's go ahead and end tonight's episode of Ringer After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. We will be back here next Tuesday night dishing all things Ringer and obviously SMG. On behalf of Karita, Siobhan, Stephanie, David, busy Skiffalini. And myself. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you here next Tuesday. Good night.
Bye.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Chevette.
Whoa.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.